Good morning, County Council, to both those who are here in the chamber and those who are online. I am glad that everyone is safe where they are, and we will be able to meet with each other in this way, and hopefully the weather will cooperate with us by the end of the day. So I'd like to call to order this council meeting of November 27th, 2025. At this point in time, as you're able, please join us in the standing and singing of O Canada.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, could you please conduct our roll call?
Councillor Mackey,
Present.
Councillor McKay,
Present.
Councillor Carlton, Councillor Pringle, Councillor McQueen will be joining us in a minute, Councillor Nielsen,
Excited to be here.
Councillor Patterson, Councillor Dickert,
Present.
Councillor Kentner, Councillor Keaveney, Councillor Body,
Present.
Councillor Gregg, Councillor Milne,
Present.
Councillor Dobreen,
Present.
Warden Matrosovs, Councillor Bourdignon,
Present.
Councillor Eccles, Councillor Hutchinson.
Present.
We'll have all members in attendance today. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Let us begin by acknowledging with respect that we are gathered on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe Nation, the people of the Three Fires, known as the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi nations. We give thanks to the Chippewas of Saugeen and the Chippewas of Nawash, known collectively as the Saugeen Ojibwe Nation, the traditional keepers of these lands and waters since time immemorial. In our south lies the traditional territories of the Six Nations of the Grand River and the Haudenosaunee. We are dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture and committed to moving forward in the spirit of truth, reconciliation, and friendship with all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples. So on our County Council agenda this morning, the next item is number 5, which is any declarations of interest for this agenda for Council. Looking to the screen, looking around the room, I see no hands up, so we will proceed. Next, we will move to the adoption of the minutes. Item 6A, it's recommended that the minutes of County Council meeting and the Committee of the Whole meeting dated November 13th, 2025, and the resolutions contained therein be adopted as presented. May I ask for a mover and a seconder? Moved by Councillor Keaveney and seconded by Councillor Eccles. Any discussion? Okay, see no hands. Then I'll call the vote. All those in favor? And that motion is carried. The next one is for closed session. So it's recommended that the closed session Committee of the Whole meeting minutes dated November 13th, 2025 be adopted as provided. May I ask for a mover and a seconder? Moved by Councillor Patterson, seconded by Councillor Dobreen. Any discussion? Okay, seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor? And that motion is carried. Item 6C is our Long-Term Care Committee of Management, and it is recommended that the Long-Term Care Committee of Management meeting minutes dated November 12th, 2025 be adopted as presented and the following resolutions contained therein be endorsed. Number 1, that the report LTCR CM 2425 regarding a long-term care director update be received for information. Number 2, that report LTCR CM 2525 regarding long-term care operational report dated August 15th to October 14th be received for information. And third, that report LTCR CM 2625 regarding the proposed 2026 long-term care budget be received. And item 4, that the 2026 proposed long-term care budget be presented, be forwarded to County Council as part of the overall corporate budget package for consideration. May I ask for a mover? Moved by Councillor Patterson, seconded by Councillor Mackey. Sorry, did I say Patterson? Sorry. Carlton. We'll go with that's right, one of the two Sues. So we'll go with Councillor Carlton, Madam Clerk. That's right. At least I got the Mackey part right. So and Councillor Mackey have moved and seconded. So it's now on the floor for any discussion. And I believe Jennifer is Director Cornell going to speak to anything, or just if there are questions? Oh, I'm sorry, Director Cornell. It's going to be a bit of a challenge keeping track online this morning. Good morning online, and the floor is yours.
Great, thank you, Madam Warden, and good morning, County Council. I'll just give a high-level update and summary of the meeting. In the Director's Update Report, we had some good discussion, particularly around legislative changes that are coming for resident support assistants or resident support personnel, which we call care support assistants, and the PSW certification changes and the upcoming registration with HISCAPOA, which is the short form for a very lengthy title on a regulatory authority for personal support workers. In the operating report, the staff gave some highlights and information around ministry inspections, had a really good discussion and overview of the Lee Manor mock evacuation experience, and a bit of a shout out and celebration of making the halfway mark in a 3-year project in partnership with RNAO for the clinical pathway best practices. And then, as the warden indicated, the bulk of the meeting was spent discussing the proposed long-term care draft budget with some really good discussion. And I'll leave it there if there's any questions.
Okay, thank you. I'm looking for it. I'll look for any virtual hands that get raised, and I'll look around the room. And I'm not seeing hands go up in either place, Director Cornell, so thank you very much for the extensive details that you've provided. With that, I'll call the question. All those in favor? And that motion is carried. Thank you. Item 7, we do not have any closed meeting matters nor reports. And item 8, that allows us to go to the bylaws. It's recommended that bylaws 52, 57, 25, 52, 58, 25, 52, 59, 25, 52, 60, 25, and 52, 61, 25 be introduced and taken as read first, second, and third time, finally passed, signed by the warden and clerk and sealed with the seal of the corporation and engrossed into the bylaw book. The first one is a bylaw to authorize the execution of a memorandum of understanding between the corporation of the County of Grey and the municipality of Grey Highlands and Bright Shores Health System. The second is a bylaw for an agreement between the Federation of the Canadian Municipalities and Grey County through the Local Leadership for Climate Adaptation Program. And the third one is a bylaw to authorize the warden and clerk to execute an agreement between the Lutheran Social Services and Lutheran Outreach Ministries and the Corporation of the County of Grey for provision of funds through the Canada-Ontario Community Housing Initiatives. And number 5, a bylaw to confirm number 4, a bylaw to confirm all actions and proceedings of council. And 5th, a bylaw to approve the delegation of duties policy. So with that, I'll look for a mover and a seconder. I see the deputy warden has moved. And Councillor Pringle has seconded. It's now on the floor for discussion. Any discussion? Yes, Councillor Eccles.
Just one comment on the
bylaw 5261-25, the delegation of duties. In the schedule, there's a lot in there. Did we have it highlighted what are being added to, or is this all added to the delegating authority?
Okay, I'll look to the clerk.
Thank you, and through you, Madam Warden. It is a combination of our current delegation of duties bylaw and then some additional new pieces being incorporated in. So it's a bit of a combination. The report that came at the last meeting did highlight some of the major changes. It didn't speak to all of them because many were housekeeping or administrative, but I can send that report out again if it's helpful, so you can see the changes that were more significant.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Okay, I'll call the question. All those in favor? And that motion is carried. Thank you. That allows us to move on to news and celebrations, and we have three pieces of news to celebrate with staff. And so the first one, I'm going to call upon Director Kevin McNabb of Paramedic Services because we have some exciting presentations to make today.
Good morning, Warden and County Council. Happy to be here today to celebrate with our Grey County paramedics for receiving their Exemplary Service Medal. The Emergency Medical Services Exemplary Service Medal, created on July 7th, 1994, recognizes professionals in the provision of pre-hospital emergency medical services to the public who have performed their duties in an exemplary manner, characterized by good conduct, industry, and efficiency. Recipients must have been employed with emergency medical services on or after October 31st, 1991, and have completed 20 years of exemplary service, including 10 years in their performance of duties involve potential risk. To date, approximately 2,500 medals have been awarded to Ontario's over 9,000 paramedics. This distinction is not simply a longevity of service. It reflects exceptional commitment, professionalism, and meaningful contributions, both in the workplace and within the community. So happy to be here with 4 of the recipients today. First, Paula Tremblay, 20 years of exemplary service. She works in Markdale. She's the co-chair of our Joint Health and Safety Committee. She's done a number of duties, CP, AR supervisor through her years. So congratulations to Paula. Joe Draper on the far right here. He's a supervisor with us, works out of Owen Sound. He does a number of duties, but he does spend a lot of time coordinating our honor guard and all our special events. Jessica Robb, she's our Deputy Chief of Operations. She came to us and with Wellness and Support Deputy Chief, then developed a number of programs to support our paramedics within the service. And not able to join us today for 20 years is Naomi Liberance. She's a full-time paramedic in Bruce County, part-time with us. And she's works throughout the county on multiple different bases. And special honor here today doesn't often reach in this field. It is a difficult job, and to say we have somebody here that's worked 40 years in service deserves special recognition. Leo, he's worked in Bruce County and Grey for a number of years. He is retired, but he still comes back and participates in our honor guard. And so happy to have Leo here. So thank you for being. So congratulations to everybody, and so happy for their honor. So.
For those of you that might not have heard, Leo of 40 years service just shared that he started 40 years ago as an ambulance driver and can't believe all the kinds of changes that have come today and the kind of complexities that go with the role as you've developed and as you've seen your whole work environment change in order to be able to best deliver needs to the individuals who need you. So it is phenomenal. And we thank all of you for your 20 years and your 40 years service. And I will note too that there are family members here today that have come to celebrate you through the snow. That's wonderful to hear. We're very appreciative that you've been able to take time out today to come to council, and we celebrate your accomplishments. So with that, we will move on to another piece of good news. We're going to step a little bit into the youth mode now at this point in time to talk about some up and coming leaders that we have entertained through the Youth Climate Action Conference. It was held again. It is such a tradition. I was so pleased to be able to be there in the morning. Fantastic, fantastic introduction. The top-notch agenda program that was planned. These are grade 5 students that are coming from all over the county, coming from everywhere from different schools, selected by their schools to come with their teachers and to participate and get to know others in other schools, which I think is a fantastic. It's so nice when somebody's interested in something like climate change and what they can do to help and how they can be a young leader. It's so empowering for them to come to a room that is just full of young people their age, just like them, from right across the county, who also want to do the same kind of thing. It was an incredible experience as well, because for the first time, because of the Youth Climate Action Fund, we were able to have some young adult leaders too. So there are high school students there that had come for the day who might have actually been part of the program earlier, but nonetheless had a passion from wherever they had started. I asked them, I had a lunch with them. They sat with me and had lunch, and I asked each and every one of these young adult leaders what it was that drew them to want to apply to be part of this program. And every answer was different. It was everything from I used to help my grandmother with a plant her garden, and so I thought a community garden would be a good idea, to I'm really worried about climate change and I'm worried about what the planet's going to look like, and this was one way I could help. Every answer was different about what it was that drew them to be there and what models those young adults are for those grade 5s who are there, seeing that there is a way to participate and to do something together collectively. That, of course, doesn't happen without the true support and dedication of the staff that we have with our sustainability staff here, as well as all of the community partners. Definitely, I know when you speak, you're going to talk about all the other people involved that help make this happen each and every year. So with that, I would like to bring up Megan and Linda, if you would like to come and tell us a little bit more about the details about this year's event.
Thank you, Warden Matrosovs. So as the warden shared, this was our 4th annual Youth Climate Action Conference. It was hosted in Owen Sound at the Bayshore Community Center, but really was a cross-county event. We were lucky to host with a variety of partners, including the 2 school boards, along with various nonprofit organizations. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the conference overall, and then Megan's going to tell you some of the specifics of the day. So by the numbers, there were 24 schools from across Grey and Bruce who participated. Each school sent 5 elementary age students. They had to apply to attend. This is a hot ticket in the, the elementary schools of our region. 125 students, more than 125 students joined us to really learn about sustainability, but also leadership. This really is a leadership development program that uses sustainability, climate action, and environmentalism as the hook. There were 27 educators who also received a full day of professional development. So this is an opportunity for them to hone their skills, to learn about programs and supports available to them to continue this kind of leadership and sustainability work in the classroom. That's supported by a national nonprofit called Learning for a Sustainable Future. As the warden mentioned, there were also some high school students there to act as role models. And this year, an overwhelming level of community support with over 54 volunteers coming to spend the day doing everything from handing out pizza to facilitating workshops on solar power. So really an opportunity for all ages to get involved in this work. The power of partnership, there's what happens in the day, which is really quite remarkable. But there's also the partnerships and the resource leveraging that this event catalyzes. There's over 21 organizations working together on this. It started as a grassroots initiative from a local resident, and over the last 3 iterations has really grown to something that national organizations are holding up and saying, this is our flagship event of the year. What is happening in Grey County is remarkable. There's over $40,000 of external funding leveraged from a variety of funders and partners. And this year, we also were very lucky to have a lot of engagement from Saugeen Ojibwe Nation. The day opened with the Saugeen Ojibwe Nation drummers and a land blessing. And then there were also remarks from the Saugeen First Nation Chief Conrad Ritchie and the acting chief of the Chippewas and Nawash, Jessica Kashing Martin. So really trying to bring that Indigenous and reconciliation piece into sustainability as well. So with that, I will hand things over to Megan to tell you a little bit more about the highlights.
Thanks, Linda. So speaking of partnership, I just wanted to highlight a few kind of new and improved elements for the 2025 conference, and as a result of some really great collaborations. So thanks to the City of Owen Sound, we had a perfect venue for the number of attendees that allowed for both indoor and outdoor sessions, and we had a beautiful day. Thanks to student feedback and through a youth advisory group, students actually joined sessions ahead of the conference to kind of give input on what worked well last year. And then we were able to incorporate that input this year to really make for really more engaging and relevant sessions. As Linda mentioned, thanks to Saugeen Ojibwe Nation Environment Office staff, we were able to really get their input into the programming, which they described as kind of an unprecedented level of engagement. Thanks to our network of community volunteers, each school is matched with a community mentor to help support their action projects after the conference. And as Warden Matrosov mentioned, with a partnership with the Town of Blue Mountains Youth Climate Action Fund, we were able to bring those high school student leaders as well. Last year, many of the action projects were related to tree planting and naturalization. So we decided to have a dedicated workshop on how to plan, plant, and steward a planting project. And thanks to several partners and permission from the city, we planted a mini forest of 160 trees and shrubs on site between the Bayshore and the boat launch. Even more important than what happens at the conference is what happens after. So the conference is really a launching point, giving the students the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to implement action projects in their schools and communities. We know that youth are experiencing quite a bit of climate anxiety, and we know that participating in these tangible action projects help. And we can see that from the reports that we're getting back from their teachers following the projects. This past May, each school submitted a final report on their action projects from last year. So although we don't have those reports yet for this year's conference, we have last year's numbers. And these numbers really demonstrate the ripple effect and are a testament to the impact. And now with Rob's assistance, we're just going to share just a quick 1-minute highlight reel just to give you a sense of the day. Thanks so much.
Wonderful. I can see that video being an excellent tool for recruiting the next year. And with that, we also have some good news also coming about National Housing Day. And to that, I will look to Director Shaw online. Good morning.
Thank you, Madam Warden. Good morning, County Council. November 22nd was National Housing Day. It's a day dedicated to raising awareness about the importance of safe and affordable housing for all Canadians. It serves as a reminder of the ongoing housing crisis in Canada and the need for collaborative efforts to ensure that everyone has a place to call home. It is also time to reflect on what is being accomplished in our community and recognize the existing efforts for affordable housing and the people that it assists. In celebration, staff attended all of our buildings and set up hot chocolate stands for residents to enjoy and talk about what affordable housing means to them. I'd like to thank staff for all that they do every day to keep our buildings clean and safe, provide tenants with supports, keep our office running and inquiries answered, and provide services to people experiencing homelessness. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. So with that, then that concludes the staff announcements that we have. So next I'll look to County Council members for any news they wish to share. We'll start with Councillor Keaveney. Oh.
Thank you, Warden Matrosovs, and good morning, everyone. Next weekend, I know I've mentioned this before, is our Christmas on the Bay from December 4th to the 7th with our Kinsman Santa Claus Parade on December the 6th, and our Golden Airs Ladies Concert on the 7th at the United Church at 2 o'clock. But I also wanted to focus on Thursday. So next Thursday, December the 4th, is our second annual Spirit of Inclusion concert. This one is entitled Joy and Harmony. Performers are coming from Reach, Events for Life, Dancing with Parkinson's, and the Roxy Star Company. And anyone who saw this last year, there wasn't a dry eye on the house. It was so touching. So I strongly encourage anyone who can to come and take in that concert. And also on the Sunday at Meaford Hall, there's going to be a showing of One Magic Christmas, which is a movie that was filmed in Meaford 40 years ago. So this is the 40th anniversary, and it was filmed in the old Foodland and the Bank of Montreal and so on in Meaford. So that's also a special event. So lots to do in Meaford next weekend. Thank you.
Thank you. And other news, we'll go to Councillor Carleton.
Thank you, Warden Matrosovs. Tomorrow night, Friday, November 28th, starting at 6 o'clock at Charlotte Community Center, is Sparkle and Skate. So we have two large trees out front that will get lit up. There are vendors in the upstairs and from Georgian Bluffs, so there'll be lots of things on sale. There's the minor hockey has the food booth running, and there will be the opportunity to skate with your family. So that starts at 6 o'clock tomorrow night.
Excellent. Thank you. And I'll keep an eye out for any hands raised online. I'll just look to those that are in person if there are any other news to share. Okay. Oh, we'll go to Councillor Eccles and then I'll go to anyone online.
There is numerous tree lightings in the municipality of West Grey, starting, yes, this weekend, in Elmwood and Ayton. You may have to speed to get to both of them. One's at 5:30 and one's at 6 o'clock. So depending on how quickly the lights get on, and you can get from Elmwood to Ayton. And the following weekend, following Thursday, December 4th, is tree lighting in Durham. And then the Santa Claus Parade is on Saturday at noon, hosted by our firefighters. And then on Sunday, the evening parade in Newstead, December the 7th. They have an evening parade, so all the lights are sparkling and whatnot, and then the tree lighting in front of the Newstead Community Center after the parade. So if you haven't got Christmas out, Miss Keaveney and Meaford, come on down and share some time in West Gray as well, too. Thank you.
And I think there'll be plenty of snow to share all the way around as well. So many choices. We'll go to, I'll go online, then I'll go to Councillor Bourdignon first and then to Councillor Nielsen.
Thank you, Madam Warden, through you to County Council. If you feel like traveling just a little further east, we have a couple events coming up for the first 2 weekends of December. Of course, we start with Clarksburg. We have the Christmas stroll on Friday, December 5th, 5 to 8, with the tree lighting at the St. George's at 8:30, and then the Christmas market the next day. The following week, we have our own warden acting as our mayor, lighting the tree again at for Old Fashioned Christmas in downtown Thornburg, where we do close the street and have all the shops open, and just it's a great family atmosphere to come out for that. That's on the following Saturday. And then I believe on the Sunday there is Christmas cheer at the local Legion in downtown Clarksburg. So lots going on over the next couple of weeks as we build up to the holiday season.
Thank you. Councillor Nielsen.
Thank you very much, Warden Matrosoff. I just wanted to shout out to a local organization in Grey Highlands, the Hanley Institute. Last Thursday, it was the recipient of the Peace Medal from the YMCA, and it was a pleasure to be there in attendance. As the Hanley Institute was awarded that. My children, my wife, and myself all in some way or another volunteer and participate with the Hanley Institute. And it's a pleasure to have that organization in Grey Highlands and in Flesherton servicing all the youth. So I just wanted to give them a big shout out and a big hug.
Thank you. And we'll go to the Deputy Warden.
Thank you, Madam Warden. And I just wanted to relate that if you want to hear a reading of the Christmas Carol, at the Egremont Optimist Club, the readings will take place on the 5th and 6th of December. That's the Friday night and Saturday night. And if you want to hear a really good rendition of Jacob Marley, you might want to come and watch, because I'm going to be doing that part. Scrooge! Enough said. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll cut your mic off at this point. And we'll go to Councillor McQueen and then back over to Councillor Carlton.
Thank you, Madam Warden. Good morning, County Council. Three Santa Claus parades are going to be happening in Grey Highlands. First Friday night in Markdale. It's going to be an evening parade. It starts at 6 o'clock. Singhampton is going to have their evening parade in Farmers Market 5:30 in Singhampton, which is a sort of a coalition between Grey Highlands and Clearview. Grey and Simcoe getting together, and ends up at the fire hall for hot chocolate and hot dogs. And then on Sunday, the 7th of December, the Kinsmen and Feversham will be having their parade at 10 o'clock. So lots of things. Lots of Santa Clauses being busy throughout Grey County.
Thank you, Warden. I realized that I missed 2 events that'll take place before our next county council meeting. So December 6th, Cobble Beach has a tree lighting. They will have horse-drawn rides, wagon rides, and hot chocolate on hand for everyone, starting at 6 o'clock, I believe. And downtown Shallow Lake will have Mingle and Jingle with the residents and the businesses of Shallow Lake getting together, with Santa arriving later in the evening. So that'll be December 6th.
Thank you. Anything else? Looks like we've got it all. Okay, so with that then, in order to close off this meeting, then I'll make a call out for a motion to adjourn. May I ask for a mover? Moved by Councillor McQueen, seconded by Councillor Keaveney. Any discussion? All those in favor? And that motion is carried. We'll give a moment to switch the technology over to Committee of the Whole.